You don't have to just do this on New Year's. You can do this at any time. All you need, if you can get a paper and a pen, maybe, okay, paper and a pen, and your phone, or maybe if you're on the phone watching me right now, then maybe your laptop, or you can do it later. So, what we're gonna do today, and this is good, okay, guys. You don't have to do this. You can do this on your own. You can do it tomorrow night. I suggest doing it around the New Year's, because New Year is like, there's a change, there's a shift, whatever. So here's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be writing down all the shit that we want to release for 2023. The shit. When I say shit, I mean just, and not, no, I'm going to go into it. We're not releasing, like, if you are a very loud person, we're not going to release you being loud. You're going to love that part of yourself. So you're not going to go, I want to release my loudness. No. You're going to love and accept yourself in 2023. There's no releasing the bad shit about you, because there is no bad shit about you. You only believe there is. Unless you're hurting someone, like you guys, if you saw the video yesterday, unless you're hurting someone, you don't need to release anything. Okay? So if whatever it is not hurting anybody, being loud doesn't hurt people. Being quiet doesn't hurt people. Okay, so that's not what we're going to be really, we're going to accept things, but we're just going to release, like, there's things that don't serve us anymore. Like maybe some thoughts that we have. Like, if you think that you need to change yourself, we're going to, like, release the need to change myself, release the bad thoughts about me, release control. Thank you. So that's the first step. And then you don't have to burn the paper. Like, I made a video today and I'm burning paper. Like, I wrote on it. If you have time, like in a metal bowl, or you go outside maybe tomorrow, whatever, and you could burn the paper and you literally release, you feel the smoke. You don't have to do that. So we're going to write it on the live. We're going to write it, like, we're going to release it. Because the thing is people think that if you could just let it go, and if you write it down, it makes it real. No, whatever's in your body, whatever is in your emotions, your thoughts, and it's stuck there and it's stagnant, we're going to, like, instead of being like a pond with like bacteria and that, we're going to be more like a river flowing, if you know what I mean. So we're going to take the paper after, and you're either going to rip it up, throw it in the garbage, and then you're going to take out the garbage tomorrow or tonight or wherever you are around the world. You can burn it. You can do everything. We're just going to release. That's the first step. Okay. The second step, release memories and ruminating thoughts about people who used me. So we can't release memories, because memories serve us to heal. So instead of releasing memories, maybe create new memories and then replace those memories. Like, we can create, you know what I mean? We're going to try to bring all the love into the things that we want to release. And I'll go through it with you guys. You guys can write down what you feel like releasing, and we'll tweak them to make it more loving, less hard on ourselves, less shaming ourselves and saying, like, I need to, we're just going to be kinder to ourselves. Okay. Then after, this is the good news. The placebo board, maybe I should name it something else, because people are hearing different words today. They kept saying, they're like, what are you saying? Transform the thought. Exactly. We'll transform the thought. We'll redirect. And I did something today that I've never done before, and this was the coolest thing. I'm going to share it after. Okay. I'm totally going to remember, because I remember to say it. But here's the thing. You're going to grab your laptop, your iPad, or another phone, or whatever, or if this is the only phone that you're watching me on, you can do this later. I know James wrote to me and he asked me if I could upload this on YouTube, and I might do it. I think I might do it tonight. We're going to upload this. I think it'll be nice you can do this anytime. You don't have to just do this on New Year's. You can do this at any time. Life-changing. So here's the good part. If you guys don't know about Canva yet, you don't have to get a big board and go to the store, and the board costs you like $10, and then you got to get like magazines and cut it out. it's like a vision board. Okay. But we're going to make it. This is the cool part about Canva. Canva has a paid section and a free section, and they have a lot of free stuff. And I'm going to show you guys what it is because I started it already. Okay. So I'm going to show you what, if you guys don't know, most people know about Canva. It's just, okay. So this is what I did. Okay. You guys are going to see it upside down, but I started it already. Okay. So this is my vision board, and I'm a little bit, hold on. Okay. So I kind of started, I'm going to show you guys. I made 2023 peace and love, obviously, for 2023. Peace, see the little extraterrestrial is doing a peace sign. And here I made meditating on a beach because I want to travel. Now I happen to have the paid Canva. I pay for Canva because it, I have a website and blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. If you have it, you have it, but it's free. There's a whole bunch of free options. You don't have to get the pro. I made a book because I just wrote a book, and you guys can't really see it. Can you kind of see it? Okay. So that's a book signing. I stuck in I'm going to be on book signing tour. I was picturing myself. I was like, I'm going to be signing books because I'm going to make some sales. And my book, I put this is like magic. I found a picture and I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So this is kind of like a vision board, but the only thing, like I said, you don't have to. So Diva, Self-Love Diva, it's awesome if you can pay for it. Now, some people can't. It's free. You go on it, just get a template. You write board, just it says board. I'll show you guys, okay? And we're going to do this. We're going to do this one after. So first we're going to start with releasing all the crap that doesn't serve us. And then we're going to have fun with this. And when we do this, we're going to put some good music on. And I have some music that I saved, some music that'll get us hyped up. You don't need to get a big vision board. You don't need to cut out anything. You don't need to do anything. You could just pick and choose the images, and you could keep it on your computer. So you save it to your computer. You could save it to your phone. You could save it to your, anything you want. You could print it if you want. If you have any other app, if you don't need to use Canva, Freeform, it's where you create boards, or even Pinterest. Yes. So here's the thing. You can even create a Pinterest. You can do that. I was talking today with my boyfriend's like, how about you do a Pinterest online? And I'm like, the only thing is not everybody has Pinterest. I know a lot of people do, but not everybody. But this, you can save it on your screen. So every time you open your laptop, it's there. Yes, Canva is free. There is a free version of Canva. So you don't have access to all the pictures, but they have a lot of free stuff. And I only got Canva a year ago. I used to use the free stuff. Thank you, Self-Love. I used to use the free Canva for at least 3-4 years. I was fiddling around, and I still managed to create vision boards. What else did I create? I actually made some of my workshops with the free Canva before I even paid for it. So it's called canva.com. Not Canvas, Canva. Canva. Okay. So Shuffles app by Pinterest. Okay, that's amazing. So you guys can use whatever you feel comfortable. We're going to do that after, and we're going to put some good music on. But here's the thing. We're not making it for just 2023. We're going to make it for 3 months. Okay, so we're going to do a 3-month vision board. If you want to do a year vision board, you're welcome to do it. If you're like, I want to do a vision board for the whole 2023, or if you want to do 4 months, 5 months, I was thinking kind of a 4 months, start off with 3. That's why I was calling it the placebo board. I forgot who came up with that, but it's the placebo effect. You're going to be looking at this, and I'm going to show you guys how it feels when you want to manifest stuff. You want to feel like you already have it. And everything that I've manifested in my life, I felt like I already had it. Those are the things that I was like, yeah, I know it's coming. You know the stuff that you're like, I know for a fact that that's going to happen. I have dreams, and I was like, oh yeah, that's going to happen for sure. That's going to happen. So I don't want you guys to put anything on your thank you, sports. I don't want you guys to put anything on your board that is like, I want $1 billion in 3 months, because your brains, you may want it, but your brain's like, you think you're going to get $1 billion? Like, you have to believe it. We can't do a board and be like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. I want $1 billion. $1 billion. Now, if one of you guys puts $1 billion on your board and you get the $1 billion in 3 months, I need you guys to message me, because I need to see that. Okay? Because that is massive manifestation. I don't think I've ever heard of that level manifesting, but I don't think it's impossible, but it's just like, we have to believe it. I was getting ready to say $1 billion. Yeah. So let's kind of like, all right. So the reason why the first step is to write this shit down is because in order to do this, we need to find out what is in our subconscious. What is making us stuck? Why can't we manifest the things that we want? And why don't we believe that we deserve the things that we want? You put a money tree. Nice. So whatever resonates with you. So when you put a money tree, I'm going to show you guys to do a vision board. A lot of people want to go like artsy fartsy and this. And I used to do that. I used to like do a little more painting, which is amazing. But you have to imagine yourself. Let's say you put a money tree. Money trees don't exist, right? Literally, there's no tree with money that you can pick. So the belief has to be strong about that. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. Oh shit, sorry. I think the best way is to put nothing. Receive the new year. And so Adele, that's amazing. If you want that. So I'm going to talk about that. Thank you, sports. There is a difference. There is a fine line between doing vision boards and manifesting and surrendering to the present moment. And some people waste their life trying to manifest. All they're doing is wishing and hoping and never living the peace and love. And that's why, as you guys can see, I wrote peace and love, because there is such a fine line of constantly wanting and not being able to enjoy the present moment. And this is why people that are not able to manifest, they probably struggle with that part. This is why I do this vision board. And I've done many of these things. You do the, you do the vision board and then you let it go. That's the key. That's the key. So some people are like, no, you shouldn't manifest. You shouldn't have goals. Do you have goals? I have goals. I have so many goals, like fun goals, exciting goals. My goals include peace and love, and that's living in the moment. But I do have goals. Like, for example, I'm coming out with a book I just got news from the editor. I have to give my book in like 3 days. I have 3 days to like do the finishing touches to give it to the editor before she judges me, and then it's going to be ready maybe even earlier, my book. I thought it was going to be spring, but we don't know. So my vision is like, okay, once the book gets released, then what? So I can have goals. I'm excited. So I can visualize myself like going to these little book signings or going around the world, coming to meet you guys. I was picturing that. I was like, imagine I go to a place and then some of you guys that I've seen you guys on my live and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Ah! Like all excited. And I was like picturing this fun stuff. So that's like, it's amazing. So some people are like, no, don't do manifestations. Don't do vision boards. You can. You're allowed to have these great things that you want. I'm definitely going to come to Florida. Definitely. I want to go all over the place. Thank you, Angel Star. So I really want to just do these little things. I have all these like ideas of what I want to do. And then I picture myself like signing a book and then giving you guys hugs. I know it sounds funny, but sometimes I sit there when I do my visualization, I picture being like, no way, you're not, and giving a hug. And then I know, no joke, sometimes I even picture myself bumping into you guys and being like, I'm an off day. And then like my makeup's all crusty, like I'm just joking around, but it's exciting when you get that. When we do the vision board, I'm going to be playing some music. I'm going to show you sister hug, Cheryl, 100%. So there's a fine line between continuously living in the future and then not living in the present moment. So imagine if every day I was thinking about that. We need to let go and release. And this is why I think that vision boards or Canva boards or whatever you want to do, or Pinterest boards or things like that, are really fun to do because you can release them. They're not continuously. So I'm going to show you guys how to have that belief. And then now every day you live in the present moment. You just let it go. And you're like, whenever. Now, this is the time part. We're people that we get impatient. So if you are someone that's impatient, you're going to write that down. I'm going to be more patient. I'm going to release the impatience. I'm going to surrender, release control, because we don't know when it's going to happen. Let's say, look, I'm picturing hugging you guys and seeing you guys. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm hoping next year, but I'm like, you put it on the board and then you let the universe or God or Allah or Shiva, Ganesha, whoever you believe in, you just let it out there, and the universe, the energy, just kind of, you're now in alignment because you believe that it can happen. And then you live in the present moment. That's how you release it. So there is the fine line between constantly wanting something and believing that it's already coming. It's on its way. You don't know when. But it's on its way. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you knew that you booked a trip for February or March break, you have a trip booked in March break, right? Some of you do. Some of you already booked a March break trip. You already know that when the time comes, you're going to pack your bags, you're going to do your stuff, How would you live today if you knew? You wouldn't stress about it. You wouldn't think every day, oh no, am I going to get? No, you already know you have it. You already know you're going on the trip. So what do? Well, you go out, you get some, some aloe for your skin while you're in this, because you're going to be going somewhere hot in the sun. So I'm going to get some aloe for myself to get that ready. Just like, you just have that knowing. Do you know what I mean? Pretend Amazon is on its way. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys the app in a second. Oh, this is Canva. You guys can get Canva ready. Okay. If you don't have a trip booked, I can help you with that. Travelmation. Thank you, Joanna. So you guys can go check out Travelmation, Joanna, if you guys are looking to book a trip. All right. So here's what we got to do first. We're going to write down everything. And again, you don't just have to do this on New Year. The only reason, I used to think New Year was overrated. I was like, it's another day. It's just another day. But think about it this way. The energy that people have in their mind all the time thinking, oh my God, we think that something is ending and there's a new beginning. And a lot of us feel that way. We feel there's an ending and there's a beginning. So why not just harness that energy, that feeling that there's an ending and a beginning, and let's just harness it and use it for more love and stuff like that. Living only a moment, which is all moments. Yes, so exactly, Ev. So what we do is we release it, you put it out there. Humans have desires. Humans have wants. Humans have needs. We can manifest things. Otherwise, we wouldn't have desires. Things that, I'm not talking about ego desires. The desires that you just want a quick fix. I just want it, my ego wants it, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that deep feeling inside of you that you're like, I see myself there, or I see myself with this scenario, with this situation. I see myself. And when I talk about manifesting, you can't manifest people. You can't manifest people, guys. People, everybody has a consciousness and a soul, a spirit, whatever you want to call it. And you cannot control somebody else and be like, I'm going to manifest that person. No, you can manifest love into your life and things like that. And then you just live in the moment. Once we finish this and we do all that, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. The first, as soon as you finish the releasing and then the first, I'm going to show you exactly how to live in the present moment and how to release. Okay, so we're going to go, there's 3 major steps. And some people forget one and they just do the vision boards. They just do the things. There's 3 major steps. Okay, so we're going to start this. So you guys can write, I can't, Dana, are you saying I can't manifest Jason Momoa? Unfortunately not. But you can put it out there that, you know, what kind of energy do you want? When you do want that type of love, what kind, do you know what I mean? And then you could, what's the word I'm looking for? You can become what you need. So if you need in a person, something, you become that person. You're like, I want somebody that really is nice to me, who's really giving. I'm always giving everything. I need somebody to give to me. You give to you. Start doing things for you. Give it to yourself. Become the person that you need. And then the law of attraction is like a mirror. It's just like, and you got to believe it. All right. So here's the thing. Yes, I am going to put this on YouTube. I think it is a good idea. So thank you, James, when you see this. Thank you for that idea. I am going to put this on YouTube because you don't have to just do this on New Year's. You can do this anytime that there's an end in your life, an end of a relationship, an end of a career, or even an end of an emotional trauma or something, and you feel that you want to start fresh, and you're like, I need to just like get my shit together, and I just want to like, you know, just switch. I need to like shift. Oh shit, I don't have my shirt. I got merch, by the way, for those of you on. I have a t-shirt and I just bought it. I thought I put it on before, but anyway, it says Shifting Realities. And it's like a girl, it has sunglasses with a girl, and you can get it in every different color. And my website's tanyabeautycoach.com if you do want to check that out, 10% off. Side note. Anyways, so let's focus on this. Let's start off by you guys letting me know. We can start there. You can write it on here. But I strongly suggest whenever you can, if you can get a paper and a pen, and you're going to write it down. You can write everything down that you want to release. Now, I did it this morning. So I just wanted to show you guys my cool new super great ideas book. But you can get any paper and a pen and you just write down everything that you want to release. And if you feel like there's something off, I'll help you guys through this right now. So I'll give you an example, okay? So you guys can let me know a little what you guys want to release. So if you want to release part of your personality, no, stop right there. Do not change your personality. Do not change your personality. Don't change who you are. Don't change nothing about you. If in one of the things you want to release part of the personality, you need to write on that paper, I need to release self-doubt. I need to release criticism. I need to release shame. And I need to start loving myself. So the shame, the criticizing yourself, because there are things about you that you may think are not good, but that's just your thoughts. It's a belief. So you can say, I want to release some beliefs that I have about myself. So overthinking. So a lot of people say, I want to release overthinking. But overthinking is the way we are. I'm an overthinker. I don't release that. I can never release overthinking. That's who I am. Every day, hamster on the wheel. Like all day, every day. But what you can do is start overthinking exciting stuff. Overthinking nature. So sometimes, I'll give you an example. I'm driving, okay? And I get stuck in my head and I'm like, and I'm like, oh shit. And you know when you're at a red light or something and you just get lost in your thoughts? And I'm like, oh my God, I was overthinking about like some stupid shit that didn't even matter. I go, stop. And I picture like the stop sign. And then I look and I become present. I'm like, okay, I'm driving now. My hands are on the steering wheel. And I start overthinking the present moment. So you start, if you're walking around and you're over, let's say you're walking in a store or you're walking outside and you're just walking and you're like, you know what I mean? And it's not necessarily positive thinking. It's just neutral thinking. So if you switch negative thinking to positive, you may have a tendency to be suppressing. So if you do, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I hate myself. I'm so stupid. And then you go, oh, I love myself. I'm happy. I'm excited. It's like you're lying to yourself. You're just suppressing the real feelings. So instead of doing that, yeah, the polarity, instead of doing that, just focus on the present moment. Don't switch your negative thoughts to positive, because sometimes it's like, you're going to lose balance. It's like a seesaw. You're going to go, whoa, whoa, you're off balance. Just switch it to like, so if you're an overthinker, you can say, I release the need to think of the future. So I'm going to overthink the present. So I'm going to think in the present moment. So you just start looking around you and you start thinking of the trees. And you know what I started doing? I used to overthink all the crappy stuff. Now, when I look at a tree, I imagine the roots of the tree. Now, trust me, if you're an overthinker, you're going to want to use this, okay? So picture a tree. There's a bunch of trees around. And let's say the trees are even far apart. Every tree has a root that goes underground and connects with like the grass and the earth. And if you ever played in the earth, you see there's like, sometimes the earth, the roots kind of go into the grass, and there's just even under cement, all the way under. And there's a network underground that one tree is connected to the other tree. So when I'm overthinking all the shit, like, oh my God, I'm so pissed off at somebody that said this, and then I go, stop right away, because I can't change what happened. It happened, whatever. And I think like, I'm like ruminating. I go, stop. And then I look at a tree. I'm like, oh, hi tree. And then I think of all the roots going like underground. And then I imagine my feet on the ground, and I'm like, oh my God, there are full of roots communicating to other roots under. So now I'm still overthinking, but I'm overthinking all this cool stuff that I'm excited about. And I'm like, oh my God, this is such a cool world. And then I'm like, there is an energy all around us. So I'm still thinking, because I can't stop that. This is something that I've had. As soon as I was able to think, my mom said, I was like 2 years old, and I was like overthinking stuff, and I was overanalyzing at like 4 years old. My mom's like, you were trying to read stuff at 4 years. Constant. So now I just do that. Yeah, you touch a tree, release a bunch of the stuff. Yeah, so I did that in the video today. You go and you can connect with nature. Now, some people live in the city. So you know what you can do also? You can look at the cars, or you can look at the sky. Sky is available for everyone, all of us. Okay? We can sit there and you look at the clouds. If there's no clouds, or if there's too many clouds, you just start looking at stuff and going, I wonder where the universe leads us. This is so cool. And then you look at other people and you're like, everybody has their own thoughts. Every single one of us. So then when you start looking at people, you see people walking, and I imagine like a bubble. Every time I see people, I imagine like a bubble, and people are all like in their thoughts. And then you can see people are walking. I do this a lot when I pick up my daughter at school. I see all the kids with their backpacks, and they're like walking, and I'm like, oh my God, they all have their own little feelings and their little thoughts. And I'm in the present moment. So try that, okay? So I know that was a very long thing to explain, but try that. So if you're an overthinker, try to just overthink some like cool stuff in the present moment. If you have a hard time, you can use your senses, so you can listen to stuff. So what are other things that you guys would like to release? Grounding, yes. So that's the same thing. Exactly, Emil. So going in the present moment is using your senses. And when some people don't know, I used to think grounding myself was walking on the ground or taking a bath. That's what I thought grounding was, or holding like a crystal. I used to think that. And I realized grounding is just using your body, using your senses. Because you have a soul, a consciousness that's making you alive, and then you have your body. And sometimes we're too much in our thoughts, in the imaginary world or in the conscious world, whatever. So we just ground ourselves, come back to the human experience, right? Meditation is one of the best practices. Very much agreed. Dr. Victor, I agree with that. I always thinking about what to say to people. I feel like I say the dumbest stuff. Okay, so Joyce, what you could put on your paper is, I release, there's two different things. You can say, I release the need to say perfect things. That's something you can release. Not, I release speaking stupid shit, because that's no. You release the need for perfect talking. Like, some people talk and they have a hard time expressing themselves. For those of you who don't know, oh my gosh, guys. I used to everybody misunderstood me. I never said things properly for years and years. I was shaming myself. Everything was just throat energy, just blocked. I used to have like neck braces on all the time. I constantly had sore throat. That's just like all of this energy was. And then I would do that. I released the need to be perfect. Just release. I speak. So that's what you write. I release the need to criticize what I say. Comparing myself to others. That's a good one, Aya. So I release the need to compare myself to others. Put that on. Write it. And by the way, when you're writing down, I release the need to compare myself to others, I want you to put the energy. I want you to think about when you compare yourself to others. You know, when you go online and everybody has their shit together and you're like, oh, fuck, that person has their life together. They're doing really well. I'm not doing so great, or da-da-da. I want you to feel that when you put it in. I want you to put all the emotion that you've been internalizing in your body, you're putting it on the paper, and then we're going to burn this paper or rip it up, throw it in the garbage. So that can cause throat problems. Well, it is believed to, Laura, sorry. Thank you. My boyfriend got this for me for Christmas. Got me a new nose ring. I think they think I'm nuts. Yeah, so what you can also do is release the need to be accepted by others. You resemble? I do. No. I get angry lash outs where my heartbeat goes up, blood pressure goes up, and I say the meanest things. Sky deep. Okay, so you're reactive. I used to be like that. When somebody would hurt me, like let's say somebody would come at me with like, just undercover hurting me, either abandonment, rude, mean, whatever. I came at them with guns blazing, like not literally, just I would hurt. As soon as I felt hurt, I wasn't able to be vulnerable. I had to hurt back and get louder. I used to do that. So what you can try to say is, there's a fight or flight response. What can we do that? Do you guys even have suggestions? So Vanessa, what we're doing today, for those of you just joined, we are writing down on a piece of paper everything that we want to release. Leave it in 2022, and we don't want to take it with us in 2023. And if we do, it's okay. We just want to lessen the intensity. So in life is to ask for help. I release the need to do things on my own, perhaps. Mariana, I release the need to do things on my own. So if someone is reactive, that's an interesting one. I walk away and don't respond. Yeah. See, if you're a reactive person, it's hard to just walk away and not respond. It's hard because there's something in you that's holding you there. It's the fight or flight response, right? So some people get the flight, they walk away, they don't respond. Some people get the fight response. So Sky, what I would try doing is saying, that's an interesting one. How to release. I release the need for others' validation. Because, or no, that's not good. Because we need a little bit of outer validation. We need the inner validation. Hold on. Can you guys help me out here? Anybody have any suggestions? You guys always have some great suggestions for Sky. For someone who is reactive, what could they release that is, but at the same time, self-loving? Unless I'm passionate about my point, I say have a great day. Oh, Bunny. I love that. I release the fear of being vulnerable. I release the fear of being vulnerable. I surrender to the feeling. I love that. I release explanation of my value. Write all three. Sky, write all three. Fantastic. I love that. And you know what? That I like the vulnerable one, because oftentimes when we fight, so if you are somebody that's reactive, you're in the fight or flight response, you gain your power, whatever you do. If you think that walking away is gaining your power in a fight when you're triggered, then that works for you. If you believe that fighting and raising your voice will gain you the power when you feel. So you could oftentimes, by the way, I release, you guys all, everybody has to write this. Everybody has to write this on their paper. I release the need to control. And some people are like, no, I'm not controlling. And I know not everybody is, but it's like 90%, 95% of us. So if you're a people pleaser and you do a lot for others, chances are you're controlling yourself. If you have a problem with someone and you don't tell them, you just kind of let things go and you don't express your boundaries and you don't express yourself that you have an issue. You're trying to control how they feel about you. You don't want to hurt their feelings. If it goes the other way, if you are calling people and you're constantly messaging your feelings like on a text, like you're trying to control the situation on how they see you and how they perceive you and how they are. So I release the need to control. Now, I'm not talking, there's some people that are extremely controlling, like abusive controlling and narcissistic and controlling and all that. There are some people, I'm not talking about that. Those people, that's extreme. I'm talking about you and I. Like, you know that we have a little control issue. Like, we don't want people to see us bad. We don't want people to dislike us. We don't want people to, we want to be loved and accepted for who we are. So sometimes we'll say things to like, make them feel a kind of way, and then we feel like some people really don't care, but some people do. So if you are somebody that is doing any kind of that, so you want to do that, I release the fear of expressing myself. I love that one too. So that's for the people who don't say stuff. You know what? I know quite a few people like that. There are some people who express themselves too much, and there's some people who don't. They don't want to tell stuff. So I love that one. So, do you guys feel like you have a good amount? I think that's a good, right? And okay, so just letting you know. So you write everything down, okay? Again, I'm uploading it. And now we're going to have fun, okay? So you can add this. So as we go, if something pops into your head again about what you want to release, write it down. So keep that paper. And what you're going to do on your own time is you're going to light that paper up in a safe space, in a bowl that is fireproof, and you're going to light it up and you're going to burn it. If you don't feel comfortable burning your paper, you rip the paper up in small pieces. You can throw it in the garbage. You can recycle it. You can throw it, dig it outside if you have some, whatever you want to do, but get it out of your house. Okay, so that's just like hair everywhere. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys. You're going to go on Canva if you can. If you want to do this later, you can do it later. But we're going to have some fun. And we're going to put on some good tunes, some music. Okay. And we're going to get hyped up. Now, before we start Canva, I want to hear. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, before we start Canva, I want to hear some of your stuff, guys. Here. This one? This one, I love this song. Okay, we're going to play some good music. So tell me what you guys want. What are the dreams for the next 5 months that you are looking? Okay, we're going to put some good tunes on after. Mariana, I do meditations very often live. If you want, I have replays of them on YouTube. I do meditations very, very often live. And I may do one today. We'll see how this goes. So so a new home. So Wilo is looking for in the next few months a new home. Anything that you feel that you want to look forward to. Okay, and if you can, we're gonna do some Canva. I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna do this together. Okay, this is what. Here, hold on. How can I put this here? I'm gonna bring you guys closer. All right. So we're gonna do some. I'm struggling with accepting the good and bad. Okay, so you're struggling with accepting duality with your bad. So then you could say, I release the need to control. I accept myself. I release the need to shame myself. I release self-criticism. Hi, Gladiator. Happy New Year. Doing live TikToks. Amazing. So when you're going to do your thing here, you're going to put in live. So we're going to do more live TikToks. So I'm going to go into photos and I'm going to write event. So this is how you do it in Canva. Events. Why is it not working? Okay. So events. See how there's people? This. I love this. Or wait, this? No, you can't see this. I don't want to hear. So look, I like this one. See this? This looks like New Year's kind of though. Let's see if there's any more. So this one. I like this one. This one. Okay. We're going to have a big event. Okay. A big event. So I'm going to put it a little smaller. So this one, I'm putting it up here. I'm putting it even a little bigger. The ones that I'm like, I really want to go to a live event. I want to go to a live event. I think maybe in another 5 months, I'll host a big live event, but I would love to go to an event. So I'm going to put that. Can you guys see this? Here. Okay. So we're doing that. So you guys can add anything you want. So I want to travel. Let's say Hawaii. No. Jamaica. Jamaica. Let's do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. This looks beautiful. So I want to feel in the picture that I pick. I want to feel like I'm there. Okay. So I would pick that. Pick a picture that I feel. See, if I pick this, yeah, it's nice, but I don't feel like I'm in that picture. But let's say this one. You guys see that? It feels like I'm walking on a path in Jamaica. So I like this one with palm trees. And I could put that there. See, the ones that I already have, for those of you know, I have a book signing. Okay. Okay. So you put on music that gets you hyped up. The reason I'm putting this one is because this one, by the way, is a Starseed song. Listen. I don't know if you guys know this song, but you need it in your life. World Hold On. Just Google it if you don't know it. Okay, we're doing this. It's saying that there's hope for the world. Okay? Fantastic client base, really wonderful people and animals. Thank you, Cece. Yeah. So let's see another one that we could put. Oh, this one. Look at this one. Did you hear what he said? One day you will have to answer to the children of the sky, which is us. We are the children of the sky. And we're here to make a world, which reminds me, okay, I'm going to put that here. Here, this one, I'm just going to position it forward. Oh, I can't position it backwards. Position. Oh, it's not letting me. There. Okay, I'm going to show you guys. Here. This is like my... See, I'm meditating on the beach in Jamaica, and now I'm in Jamaica, then I'm there. I'm having a book signing. My book is magical. There's like magic coming out. There's a big event. Like, you know those life-changing event things? I didn't. I'm playing music on my phone. But you know what? You could totally add music to your Canva. That would be amazing, by the way. So what else would you guys put on? Here, let's try. I'll do one more thing just to give you guys an example, a couple more examples. And how about meeting you guys? Photo, meeting TikTok friends. So gathering. Like meeting, you know what I mean? Like when I'm going to meet you guys and we're going to see each other and we're going to be like, oh my God, I know you from TikTok. Okay, so let's make an event. I really want to do that. Like hugs. I think I'm going to write hugs. Hugs. Like this. What resonates with it? The reason I'm saying this is pick something that resonates with you guys, that you see it and you feel. Do you know what I mean? I think I like that one at the beginning. This one. But it's funny because I'm blonde, but I like this, but this doesn't resonate. Oh, hugging a tree. I'm putting this one. Hugging a tree. Do you guys even see this? Sorry. Okay. So you guys can do this on your phones. Hugging a tree. I like that one. Do you guys see what I'm posting? I'm not sure. Hugs. This one. Love and unity. I like this one. So this is when I meet you guys. Oh, Blue Frito, that's amazing. Hugs are the best. So I'm just going to make this one smaller. This is when I see you guys. No, I'm not resonating with this one. I'm not. This one feels too much like, oh, this one I like. This one. This is a good one. This is a hug one. Here. There. So this is kind of like the vision board. You don't have to make it too detailed or too whatever. Here. Okay. This is it. This is just a simple vision board. And you put on vision bird. It's a vision bird. Okay. And then this one, this is a good song too. No, hold on, where is it? I don't feel like that one today. I'm not in the mood for that song. Okay. So do you guys, okay, you see my ring light. And here, that's why I put it like this. So you guys don't see the ring light. Okay, so let's put some nice vibes. Now here's the thing. There is a key after this that is extremely important, as I told you guys. And the key to that is the releasing part. Okay, so I'm going to play something. I'm going to try it on YouTube. And we're going to listen right now. Okay, here it is. Okay. I'm going to put on, and this is the key. This is the key. Let's see. I'm going to see if this one's good. Okay, so we're going to see if you don't do this part, you get stuck in the loop of impatience. You're going to get impatient and you're going to go, I need this to happen. Why isn't it happening? Why didn't I meet you guys? Why isn't it whatever? You know what I mean? So all that is, we want to release that. Okay. Okay. Now you guys, if you live anywhere where there's a park, nature, anything, go to the park, do that, okay? Go outside if you live in the city. Hey Raj. Raj has joined us. I'm ending the this was a really fast thing. Okay. So if you guys live up north, if you guys live anywhere, please go outside and you're going to practice this. I'm putting it on my phone now so you guys can practice with me now. And you guys can do this anytime, but it is the third major key for any manifesting, anything you want to do. All right? So if you guys have earphones, I want you to listen. Now, this is not meditation, okay? I want you to listen and pinpoint 3 sounds that you hear. 2 of the sounds are coming from me. And if you have earphones, I want you to take it off and listen to a sound that you hear around you. Okay, so just for a quick second. Now you see? Thank you, Raj. I appreciate that. Love you. Happy holidays. For those of you wondering, Raj is my boyfriend. All right. Now, listen to the sounds. And you hear how it's busy? You can hear the birds and the water. I want you now to go beyond this sound. Listen to something further away. What I hear, because it's loud, but what I hear is my dog licking himself. I hear a car. What do you guys hear? Now I'm going to pause this. What do you guys hear right now around you? Whatever you hear, I want you to write it down. Not because the dishwasher. Yeah, I want you to write it down. I want you to be specific and not just go, oh yeah, I hear that. No. Like, write it down. I want you to really focus on the dishwasher. I want you to focus on what you hear. A plane. The fridge. I can hear my fridge too. Raj, you're not doing the work. Not my voice. Go beyond my voice. Ceiling fan. Clock ticking. Like, if it's 2:40 a.m., do you even hear your fridge? Like, you can hear cats moving around, a fan, bus noises, since I'm in it. My breath. I love that. Okay, bye, Raj. Love you. Enjoy your movie. Husband coughing. So do you see? Okay, so guys, when you're listening to that level, I love the level you went on. Not like, oh yeah, I can hear your voice. Water melting outside. My stomach gurgling. I love these answers. Sky, go beyond the TV. What do you hear past the TV? Cars outside. Go. Gizmo. So when you go, you realize you shut off your brain. When you are thinking about your fridge and you are thinking about anything in your life, anything that you're like, okay, the airplane, the fridge, my breath, Tanya breathing, anything, your brain just shut off. You were not thinking about yesterday and the shit that happened in 2022. You weren't thinking about 2023. You weren't thinking about what was your brain just shut down. And when you start doing that often and start listening to things, when you're stressed and you're overwhelmed, or you're criticizing yourself, or you don't like yourself, or you think other people are doing better than you, or you're asking yourself, why did my manifestations didn't come in yet? Or what's happening? What's going to happen in my future? When you start getting overwhelmed and thinking like hamster on the wheel, as soon as you stop and you're like the fridge, I can hear again, my dog is licking himself. I can hear, my fridge is pretty loud actually. Now I hear like the creaking of the house. Like you don't think of anything. See, to the point that when I was just trying to listen to my fridge, I split second forgot that I was on the live. Like that's the level of like, you become completely immersed in trying to hear a sound. So you can do the same thing when you're eating. Like, I'll do it right now. I have some water, which I'm due to drink some water. So I have some water. That's my name. Okay. I can feel the liquid texture on my tongue. I can feel it like it's cold. Ooh, it's pretty cold. It's going down. You know when you feel the cold? It goes down to your stomach. Then I do it again. And I'm going to keep the water in my mouth. The temperature is like pretty cold, and you're now feeling the temperature, the texture of the liquid water, the temperature going down. There's no flavor to the water, but if I had juice or if I had something else that I was eating, I would go, okay, it's pretty like a strawberry. There's seeds. It's sweet. This one's a little bitter. This one's a little sour. Like when you start doing that, you don't think about the manifestations that are happening. You don't think about, okay, is this really going to come true? And I do that too. Sometimes I get stuck and I'm like, oh my God, what if I sell like 4 copies? What if the only people that buy my copies is like my mom and dad or something? Or what if they don't even buy my copy? I was like, what if I don't, what if nothing happens? And you know what? This book is not great. I suck at writing. Shh. Dog snoring, TV out, somebody else, or motorcycle, or depending what kind of weather it is, snowmobile or lawnmower. This is something my therapist has guided me through for anxiety. That's amazing, Lexi. So when you do this, it does work for stress and anxiety. But the more you practice this, you are training your brain to live in the present moment. We're all going to... Thank you, Angel Star. But now here's the thing with manifestation and vision boards, okay? So the way I live is I have these wonderful visions for my book. But I also, do you remember what I told you guys at the beginning of this? You have to write a list. I release control. I release self-criticism. I did all of that this morning. I did all of that work this morning. And the self-criticism and releasing control is above my manifestations. So if something happens and my manifestation doesn't come into fruition, does not happen, I do believe that it is not that it's never going to happen. It may happen one day, but not in the timeline that I expect. So if you are impatient with things, you can say, I release, again, control. I release impatience. And then you can write on another paper all the things that you do want. So at the end, and I did that. Here, I have it here. I'm not going to show you guys because, hold on, I have here. Okay, quick screenshot. No, I posted it. Wait, that's not the page. Okay, this is what I wrote this morning. Actually, I didn't. I wrote all this stuff. Hold on. Okay, here it is. This is what I wrote. I am worthy to receive. And there's a big stain on the paper. But I wrote, I am worthy to receive. I am valued. I am loved. I am peaceful. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Because wealthy is rich in everything, by the way. When you are wealthy, you're not just rich in money. You're rich in health, in everything. Google wealth. I have a lot of energy. I have... That's a little more personal. I know I can tell you that one. I have... It's all have to do with energy. Energy. Life supports me. I put a level of, let's say, for money in my account. I value myself. I am extremely worthy, and I am more than enough. I wrote all of these things, and these are things that I just read, and then I release. I don't focus this every day. I'm worthy. I do it in the morning. I read this in the morning. I've kind of memorized most of it, and then I just let it go throughout the day. And I have to tell you, when you start learning your value and start knowing that you are worthy. Hold on, I'm going to put some music in the background. Hold on. So I'm going to put some like calming stuff. Where is it here? There, that's my live music. I just arrived. Yeah, so first, okay, for those who just joined, first, thank you, Kimon. First, you're going to write down everything that you need to release, but it does not have to do with your personality. Because you have to, if you are criticizing yourself and your personality, then write, I release the need to criticize and change myself. Unless you are hurting someone, you do not need to change yourself. If you are verbally or physically hurting someone, you don't need to change who you are. It's just, people are uncomfortable for their own reasons. But if you are weird, love it. We need weird people. Weird is great. Weird is amazing. And if you don't fit in, it's because you are meant to stand out. If you don't fit in, it's because you are meant to create a new world where there's a whole bunch of new weird people that are all going to gather together. And it's just, I realize that the people who are considered weird, I think, are just more comfortable with being vulnerable. If you feel like you don't fit in, it's because some people want to. They're trying hard to fit in. There's some people, nobody fits in. Nobody fits in. There's some people who are just good at faking it. And you think about Twitch. Some people are good at faking it. So you believe them. They're like, oh, they fit in. They just blend in with everyone. No, they don't. They're just really good at like, and putting on this facade of like, I'm great and I fit in with everybody. But everybody is weird. Just some people are unapologetically weird. Some people are more weird to society. But in the end, if you knew, listen, I was a hairdresser, makeup artist. I was a Reiki practitioner. And then I became, a little bit after that, I became a transformation coach. And trust me when I tell you, everybody's weird. We all have things. And you could be the most put together person. And I'm telling you, the thoughts that people have are really fucked up. All of us. So if you have fucked up thoughts that you're like, oh my God, why am I thinking? Everybody has it. Everybody has these weird stuff that we do and the things that we think and the emotions and just try to criticize ourselves. Like I said, unless you are hurting someone else or yourself, put that in there. Unless you are hurting someone else or yourself, then you don't need to change. You don't need to change. You just have to learn to live with those things with yourself. Learn to love those parts of yourself. If you're too loud, if you're not loud enough, if you don't express yourself and you're quiet and you don't talk enough, maybe that's who you are. It's fine. You're an amazing being just for being like that. If you talk too much or you're or you're too this or you're too loud, too react, okay, love it. But if you're reactive and you're mean, that's different. If you are too quiet and you abandon people and you do the cutoff and you cut everybody out of your life and you're just mean to everyone and then you're mean to yourself because you're always alone, maybe adjust that, but not your personality. Just that weird is normal, 100%. But what is normal, right? What is normal? It's the society, what society says is normal, right? I just watched. Oh, thanks, sweet mama. How to get out of survival mode and be creative. So that is a great question, Lima. So what I said before about listening to the sounds is a first step of getting out of survival. So I'm going to give you guys this example, okay? So survival, when you're in survival, picture it like a cat that hasn't eaten in a while, or a lion. Okay, a lion that hasn't eaten. I'm going to say cat because I want to show you something. So picture a cat or a dog that is pinpoint looking at something and they want to attack it. So the reason is I saw my cat, when I learned about survival a few years ago, I was watching this online course, whatever, about living in survival. And all of a sudden my cat was standing right beside me and he was looking at a squirrel outside. And I call him and I'm like, Miko, Miko. He did not give a shit. And my cat is super dependent and obsessed with loving and cuddles and everything. And he didn't even... I shook his bag of treats that he's obsessed with. Survival's like this. It's like an arrow. You have tunnel vision to one thing that matters. So this is survival. Whatever your focus is on is what is. That's all it is. So you are in survival. So my cat was focusing on this squirrel and did not care about anybody around. Nothing. He was like, I need to eat or attack this squirrel. And we live in that with our life. So picture yourself struggling with a trauma, or trying to get your family together, or you had trauma in your past, or some shit's going down and something just happened to you, a loss in the family, or anything. You are so stuck on that one traumatic event that you are not able to live like this. And how I see it is, in school, now I don't obtuse, and I don't remember, I went to French school, so I don't know the English words for the signs, larger than and smaller than, like that. But I picture it like this. Instead of living like this, that your tunnel vision is only where you focus, you can live in potential. And when you live in potential, you start seeing the outside world. And the first step to living in potential is using your senses. Because what's happening when you're in survival is you're stuck in your mind. Your mind, you're living in here. You're not living and experiencing reality and tasting all the foods and traveling and that. You can't. You're just, I need to survive. Now, if you went through something and you need to be in survival, stay in survival. That's okay. This is what you need right now. So if survival is saving you right now and it's protecting you, live there, because it's important that you go through it. We all go through it. But if survival is the new normal and that's how you're living right now, and you don't know how to live in potential and you're just living like that, the first step is to start using your senses. And you'll notice, think about it this way. The cat is hyper focused on the squirrel. And all of a sudden, if the cat starts using, and I go, the cat will turn and look at me and then will kind of get distracted from the squirrel. And now the cat is going to come and see me. And if the cat now uses the sense of touch, the cat's going to run up to me and I'm going to start to pet the cat. And then my cat's going to, speaking of, my cat's right there. So, Miko, come. No. My cat's like, I'm sleeping, I'm lying in bed, no way. So, yes, living larger than life. So you can first open up the gates. Like if you're like this, open up the gates by using all your senses. Taste things. Just like I said before, the key to living in the present moment. And you're not living in survival of the past, of what happened in the past. Oh no, what could happen in the future? I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know, we can have a war. We can have this. Was it the future? And then the world, the government, like COVID, not COVID, whatever you believe it. Like, it's like, and you're living in your mind. You're living in what could happen in the future. Or you're like, my parents treated me like this. I went through trauma. I went through this like 10 years ago and and now you're living in the past. So all you got to do is just open up the potential. Just open it up a little and use your senses. You start living in the present moment and you're like, okay, first step. And if you train your brain to do that, when the next time something happens that you're living in survival, it's okay. You're going to live in survival, but what's going to happen is you're just going to expand your mind and you're going to go, your brain will automatically know to use your senses. So I'll give you an example for me. I used to live in survival. Like, that was my living. I used to always live in survival. And because I trained my brain to do it, because I was doing it every day, all day for at least a year, every day, that's to the point that right now, if I get into my mind too much, I don't have to go, stop. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I got to remind myself. But sometimes my brain goes, stop. My brain does it without me trying. And all of a sudden I hear a plane and I feel like I'm a kid. I feel like I'm 2 years old. You know, a 2-year-old toddler that sees a plane and they're like they could be walking and they just stop, or they see a flower and they stop and they go, oh, look, bird, flower, butterfly. And you're like, come on, let's go. We're in a rush. And the kid just stops and looks, because kids are constantly living in their senses. They don't have beta brainwaves. So when you're in survival, it's only beta brainwaves that are in survival. And that only comes after 7 years old. Before the age of 6, 7 years old, we don't have beta brainwaves. We function on theta. That's why a kid could be crying 1 second and then is like, bird, squirrel, like all of a sudden, or a kid could be like, and then you're like, peekaboo, and they're like, and gone. They don't even know what happened because they're just living in the present moment. They're living in potential. What is the potential? You could move a kid around and do stuff and the kid's just living in potential. So we have learned with the beta brainwaves, we've learned beta brainwaves help you learn, help you focus, and high beta brainwaves help you play sports, help you laugh. High beta is like, but high beta is also high anxiety. And high anxiety is important. It's like the ego is in high beta. It's important to have an ego and to go when you need to. If your house is burning down, you need to get the hell out. Or if you're in a rush and you need to do something. Or if you're playing any type of sports and you need to do like go. You need the high beta brainwaves. But some of us are sleeping and we wake up and we're like high beta brainwaves. And you're like, nothing's happening in your life. You're just about to go drink your coffee, but your brain is like continuously like, oh my God, what happened to me? So you're in survival. So all you do is, if you notice yourself going, right away, lose your senses. And some people say that it's grounding yourself. But sometimes people are like, to ground yourself, you need to take a shower or a bath. Not everybody has the time to take a bath 15 times a day. So just use your senses, and you can do that at any moment. Gee, first, thank you. And something is amazing happening to me. I got an amazing email yesterday telling me that my book's going to be ready earlier. And I was like, I'm excited. Super excited. I don't know. This excitement is like, where did you learn all this? So this is the funny part. I took a life coach class. I don't remember. 2009? No. It was after that. 2011. I think it's 2012 or 2014. Something like that. Anyways, I took a few classes like Reiki, chakra balancing. I was going into the inner beauty, right? So I was going into all that stuff. And I learned 0 from my coaching class. 0. So anybody, it's life experience, man. And here's the funny part. I'm going to share one thing because I can't talk about my clients and stuff like this, but I have a lot of clients that are doctors. A lot. I can't say the name of my book right away because it's not, what's it called? Like they have to like, nope, like I have to not publish it, but there's something that you do to like, just in case somebody takes that name, because it's a good name. it's a good name, but I can't say it's a funny name and it's a good name, but I'll tell you guys as soon as I'm able to. Okay. Copyright. Thank you. What was I saying before that? I forgot what I was saying. I was just saying something. Damn it. What the hell was I just saying? Can you guys remind me what I was just saying? See, that's what happens when I talk about my book. I'm like, ah. Oh, the doctors. Yes. Okay. So, I have the doctors I have, there's ERs, ER doctors, everything, but some of them are, counselors, therapists, but a lot of them I have psychologists and psychiatrists, like quite a bit. And, I'm not sharing anything, but I have to say, when I first started having these clients, I noticed that a lot of clients, what I liked about it is they were amazing psychologists, amazing. Like I saw the reviews online. I thought they're all amazing, but they weren't doing the work on themselves. So I was like, stuff, the logical, but to apply it to yourself is the most important thing. So I realized that life experience is so much more valuable when you know things. Like I could tell you guys, living in survival potential. I could tell you the logic, the reason why I explain things the way I do, like my cat, and then the expansion, my cat looking at it, because not only do I analyze everything that happens that I learn, I then go, oh, shit, I need to start doing this myself. And when I master doing it myself, then I'm able to share it with you guys. And I could say, hey, this worked for me. Try it out. Because it freaking worked. Because I used to be depressed, every kind of emotion possible. I was overreactive, overthinking, negative, constantly, self-criticism so bad. I hated myself for years, hated myself. And if I was able to live from young, like a young kid, hating myself with kidney disease, with this, with that, like constantly, like I was in a narcissistic abusive relationships that were like really toxic, physical, verbal, every kind of way. And if I'm able to like switch my brain, my thoughts, my emotions, and my whole life went like this, like switched. Anybody could do it. Because I'm not special. I'm not special. I'm not like, I'm a special person and I had to call it. No. I'm a regular human being. I have a meat flesh, right? Cece, if she's on, she laughs when I say that. I'm just like, I go to the bathroom, guys, just like all of us. We all do that. There's nobody that is exempt from having stomach aches sometimes and going to the bathroom. I am just a human being. I just did the work on myself. That is it. Love the meat flesh. Thank you, Kimon. Do you think after the course 2012 was your Kundalini awakening or before? It's funny? A lot of people talk about the Kundalini awakening and all this stuff. I don't think it's a one event. Like some people go, you just like awaken your Kundalini and then you're like, I have had 1,000 Kundalini. So Kundalini, for those of you who don't know, Kundalini awakening. Kundalini is where's Raj when we need him? Huh? So Raj is my boyfriend, and he practices. He's Hindu, and he has different beliefs of all different kinds. But so I'm going to explain to you. I want you guys to know. You can research this online. It comes from the Buddhist, the Hindu culture, and it's the spine. Okay, so when you're a baby, your spine is the first thing that, the cells, the spine is the first thing that develops. So it is believed that there's an energy around the spine that is connected not only to our body, but to the unified field. Like almost on a science level, like there's a unified field, which I like to explain. You see this? This is kind of like, imagine these squares and everything all around us. This is like an energetic field that we have all around us, like a grid. And there's quantum entanglement, all that stuff. But what happens is that imagine this energy that is surrounded. So there's a lot of people that do meditations, and I've had quite a few of them. And I have had awakenings, and then I have this Kundalini awakening. Now, Kundalini awakening is very specific, is when you do a meditation and you block the base of your spine, and you could squeeze the base of your spine. And actually, I'll show you guys right now a little version of it. Okay. Now you're going to feel a little like a flutter, and some people won't feel anything. That's okay. Some people will feel a little flutter. I'll show you guys, there's different techniques, and different people all around the world have different techniques. You can even, I have my own technique now, the more I do it. And what happens is once you practice this often enough, and it takes a solid, at least half hour to an hour to get into that, your body starts convulsing and shaking but it's not a bad feeling. It's euphoric. You're like, oh my gosh, you feel like you are one with the universe. Like you love everybody and everybody loves you, and this is the world's amazing. And you're like, ah, like, it's kind of like, it's so amazing. It's this, your thoughts, your mind, everything is just like, it's like euphoric. Like your brain goes, whoosh. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what it is. Now, some people don't know that that's a Kundalini awakening. They think that Kundalini awakening is just like awakening, like to the reality of the matrix. That's something completely different. That's just your pineal gland or your energy center is kind of like released, kind of like it releases stuff, and you start going, oh shit, and you get more intuitive and more stuff. And that could happen on a daily basis. By the way, that could totally happen on a daily basis. You could literally just be reading a book, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, yes. Or you could be sitting there and praying or meditating or doing something, and then you get these like knowings and these things. That's something different, but it is just as amazing to me. Okay. So I'll give you guys a little example of these. Kundalini is like tantric. Yes. Yes and no. Depends the event and how you're feeling. Okay. So I'll show you guys a technique that you can do. Okay. So if you want to try this with me, how can you do? Okay. If your nose is not blocked, you can try this. You don't need to try this technique, but if your nose is not blocked, you can try this. I'm hoping I don't have any boogers because that's going to be really funny. Hi, Amanda. Okay, so what you're going to do is if you guys are familiar with yoga breathing, the yoga breathing is when you breathe from the back of your nose and your throat, like that breathing. Have you guys ever, so it's like not, it's not, see the nose going like that. Oh, I've never seen that. That's so weird. I've never seen that. It's because I'm doing a live. I don't do this usually in front of a camera, so I don't usually see myself. That is so weird that my nostrils go up and up. Okay, side note. Right, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so breathe by the back of your throat, like, and you do it fast. Okay, so go. So do you see that I'm using my throat and my nose? It's like both. And you do it really fast. It's like a flutter breath. And try that a few times. Okay. And then and what you're doing is you're just activating the energy in the back of your throat. And this is where the top of your spine is. So the third eye, as they call it, or the pineal gland is in the center of your head, but imagine there's a space at the back of your head. So you're picturing it kind of like this. It's not like super straight. It's kind of like that, right? Now, just bring your awareness here. Okay. My head hurts. I can't comprehend this. I think I need to learn more. You know what? User 89, you could start my friend talks to me the same way. I literally thought it was my friend, because my friend always says, my head hurts. What are you talking about, Tanya? You and your Cosmos stuff. Like, she always gets into that. That's why I try to like bring it down to like a simple term. So just picture, close your eyes for a quick second and picture the space behind your eyes. Just for 2 seconds. Like, can you picture, imagine it? Like, either you can see it or you can feel it. Like right in the center of your head. Okay? So bring your awareness there. That's it. That's all you need to do. Okay. Now, you're going to sit very straight. Okay? You're going to breathe out. And then when you breathe in, I'm going to tell you this first, and then you're going to do it. Okay? When you breathe in, you're going to lock your butthole. I'm saying it in this way. Now, you're going to lock the base of your spine. But do you know that the first month people were telling me, they're like, you need to lock the base of your spine. And I went to a whole retreat and everything. And they're like, lock the base of your spine. And I was locking it, but I didn't get it. Now I get it. Lock your butthole. That's what it is. I was like, I'm locking. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's not a Kegel. So you don't lock. It might happen at the same time, but squeeze your butt. Like the base of your spine and your butt, like imagine, squeeze it in. Okay? That's what you got to do. So lock the butthole. Sorry. I don't know if I should post this on YouTube now. Anyways, I'll bleep this part out for people that get triggered. Okay, so you lock it, and then you're going to bring your breath from the base of your spine. You're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to feel it fast, like the energy going up your spine. So you go, this is spiritual shit. I can't believe you said with a positive smile. Well, listen, you got to feel positive. It's part of our body. What can we do? And you can get a Kundalini awakening when you do this. So you got to be happy. The butthole can bring Kundalini awakening. So you squeeze it. Yeah, and this is my technical term. Sorry, I keep getting messages. So you're going to exhale. And as you breathe in, squeeze the base of your spine. And then you go, and you're going to bring it up fast. And you're going to bring it up to the space around your head. So you guys can try it now. So breathe out and then block. And you might feel like a tingle. You might feel nothing. You might feel a tingle. And you could do it. Just bring it up. Bring it up. Okay, then you release. Release the butthole. And then try again. Exhale. And then breathe. And then squeeze it and breathe up to the top of your head. You can even do this. Okay, so you felt a rush wave. I felt butterflies going into my belly. See, this is but this is not Kundalini awakening. Tingle in my chest. So this is amazing. Depending on where the tingle goes up, you can feel where you're kind of blocked. So some people goes up to their stomach. So that means your stomach needs, and this is usually the self-love, self-acceptance. You need that on a shirt. Squeeze your butthole. I don't know if that would sell, Dana. Anyway, so now I'm going to try this other technique, okay? Take your finger and just do this, like at the top of your head. Just like kind of poke at the space, okay? Now when you release, do you feel that? It feels like a pressure now. Kind of hurts, right? Like wherever you put that. Okay, and then you try it again. You exhale, let it out, then breathe. Now bring it up to the top of your head and you're going to go, ah! You're going to feel this like tingle in your body. Can the tingle go down or only up? Yeah, you can do it down. Usually that's at the end of your meditation. You can't, actually, I've never felt a tingle going down. Maybe I have. I feel energy. Usually at the end of your meditation, you can feel everything kind of going down. And then you get very heavy. But we usually are low frequency. Our bodies are low frequency. Our brains and everything of how we are. That's the human experience. The earth vibrates at 7.8 hertz, which is a very low frequency, which is very good. But if you want to like just feel a little rush and I got the chills and felt waves. So you feel like like it's like, what is that? And this, the more you practice this, if you do a meditation like this, you get anxiety doing this. So then don't do it. Okay. So if you're feeling anxiety, chances are, it's maybe a little bit too much for your body right now. So if you're going, this is feeling anxiety, Sharon, right away, if something is giving you anxiety, I just heard my dog. Listen to the sounds around you. Just low. That's why when people say high vibrations only, no, high vibrations only. High vibrations are fun. Raising your kundalini is raising your frequency, raising your vibration. But lowering your vibration is important to reduce anxiety. If you have anxiety, you need to lower your frequency, lower the brain waves. When your brain waves are on theta and delta is low frequency brain waves, theta is low frequency, it's grounding. So it's not about you don't want to go too low and be like depressed and be like anxious. Like if you're too low or if you're too high, then you're like spiritual psychosis, as somebody said, and you're walking around like, you don't want to be too, like, imagine you're doing these kundalini awakening and then you go, and then you're walking around and you go to your job, which is very like 9 to 5, and you're like, hi, I just did a kundalini. They're going to be like, listen, Sophie, you can go home. I don't know what's going on with you today. And you're like, I'm great. Like there's a balance that could be found in both. It makes me yawn. Yes. So yawning is amazing. And it could be that you're like, and there's a whole bunch of things that can happen. Some people cry, and the more you practice this technique, and I have one, you know what I'll do? I'm going to post it on my Instagram stories. I have a energy blocking the spine and releasing. I have that meditation on YouTube. I'm going to post it on my Instagram stories for those of you guys who want to listen to it. So if you want to practice that whole technique. But again, if you have anxiety, you don't need to do that. If you have anxiety, just do like mindful meditations, go for walks, and maybe one day when you have less anxiety that day, then you can practice it. Thank you. Come on. So that's it. I feel like time went really slow today. Holy moly. It's only 8 o'clock. I feel like I've been live for like 2 hours. Thank you, Mama Jen. I feel the energy in the third eye. That's amazing, Emil. Does your book have Q and answers about survival? No, my book is about self-projection. My book is 100% from A to Z. I do address frequencies, vibrations. I talk about shadow work. I talk about validation and stuff like that, but it's all self-projection explained in detail, like A to Z in detail. So if you want, and I believe that, I'm glad I did too, Lexi. Thank you, Kimon. So yeah, if you're not aware of like what what self-projection is, but you're like not clear on stuff, I believe that if we knew what self-projection was, there would be a lot more peace in ourselves. And it's like a lot more self-loving. But some people believe that self-projection, they're like, no, we don't always self-project. We always project. Always. Every day, all day. And when you start noticing it, it's weird. Some people are like, oh my God, I'm so bad. I don't love oh my God, I'm a bad person. And no, it's so healing. And you learn to really not take anything personal anymore. And you know what I noticed? When you own your self-projections, my clients, and I'm speaking about myself, my book is supposed to be available in the spring of 2023. So very soon, just a couple months. My life changed this year with this realization. See, Mama Jen, I'm just saying, can I tell you, this for me and for my clients, everybody that owns their self-projection, it unlocks your purpose. Like, it's like you have a purpose. Now, I think our purpose here is just to experience. Like, this is my purpose. Right now, I'm living my purpose. This is it. I'm drinking water. I'm experiencing water. I'm sitting on the floor and my butt's hurting. I think it's because I did the butt squeeze. And I'm sitting, even though it's a carpet, it's kind of like, it's not as soft. Which, you know what? I'm going to sit on this cushion. I'm going to get a little higher up so I'm more comfortable talking to you guys. So this is my experience. Like, this is just, but we have a purpose. You know that thing that you're like, I feel like I need to do something more, like there's something that I have that I need to give to the world and to myself and to others. And there's something, and if you feel like you haven't found it yet, or you found it, but you're kind of like struggling and you're stuck in it, when you learn to, on a daily basis, own your self-projections, so far, all the clients that I've done self-projection work with, it unlocked it. They're like, oh my God, like within weeks, they're like, not only finding their purpose, they're following through. It's like all the stuff that was around that clogged that purpose is like, I can't explain it. Hold on. Doing things purposefully, things helps me stay in the present moment. Okay, hold on. I gotta sit down here. Too much butt squeezing. There you go. Oh, that's better. I'm on a cushion now. It's cozy. My knees. Jeez. Do you know what? Do you know that what I'm not taking things personally as much from people because I know it's self-projection? I love that, Angelica. I'm telling you, it is so cool. Well, now it's too high here. Hold on. Yeah. So because I found people think, now there's one question. I don't know if I'm going to actually put this depending on the editor, but I put a question. Somebody had asked me, they said, I think self-projection is gaslighting. Right? Like when you say no, what you see in others is a reflection. And like, oh, if I see an abuser, does that make me an abuser? If I see a narcissist, that's gaslighting. It's alternating. Like my reality is not real. And I think it's the opposite. And I explain it in the book, but I'm not going to tell you guys there because it's in my book. But I explain it I have a whole chapter just on that, to explain how inner peace it's like you release control, you release, and you see yourself in what you see in others, and you're like, oh shit. And there's a whole level that is, I wish I could explain, but, well, I did. I did. I am accepting people's projections of me, and also not projecting onto them. But like we always project, right? I'm not accepting. Okay. You should do a podcast. Okay, so I appreciate that. Thank you, SH. Is it shit or SH? Okay, whatever. I'll say SH. I want to do a podcast, but I realized the complications of podcasts. I can't deal. I can't deal. Do you know what? Here I go. I click live. Hi guys. Blah, 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 blah. End live. Save live. Upload to YouTube. Done. It's simple. I created my whole website. I designed my website from A to Z, but it took me, I started my website in 2011. And I worked on it. I changed it over the years. I've done so much. It's probably going to change in the next year. Like I'm constantly changing. I love working on it. I work on Canva. I make all my YouTube videos. I play all this stuff. But podcasts, I could be a guest. I would love to be guest on I can, 100%. I'll be guests on podcasts. But to have my own, and then you got to edit, and you got to like, I don't have time. I have clients too every day, guys. Like every day. I work. I'm like, I'm not going to have a life. If I start a podcast, I won't have a life. I'm just going to be editing my podcast. I was like, I think that's one level that I can't. Yeah, podcasts are more of a production. Yes, right? And then people like, you have to edit some podcasts. And I don't even know. I tried to research on how to do a podcast, how to start your own. I'm like, oh my God, what is this complication? You need a team to do that. I know. Let's do that. 2022. I'll put a podcast thing. I'll get a team to start the podcast and I'll just show up and I'll talk and then that's it. Hi, Bubbly. Oh, I'm glad you do. It's tedious work. I know. I anybody who has a podcast on here, you guys, I bow down to you. Because, like, I'm just talking on the live. Sometimes I forget what I'm saying. I switch conversations. It's whatever. It's like easy going. I feel like a podcast is like a Facebook Live. It's more stressful. Do you believe in crystal energy removes negative energy? I do not. I do not believe in that. I don't believe that negative energy is bad. That's the difference. Some people believe that negative, bad, positive, good. Negative, bad, positive, good. I don't believe that negative is bad, positive is good. Just like I don't have one here. I had one here. I believe that if you have a battery and there's a positive and negative, one side is not bad and one side is not good. I'm very, very into spirituality, and I'm also very into science. And science, there's negative is not bad. We have in our bodies, an atom is made of protons, neutrons, electrons. There's a negative charge, a positive charge, and a neutral charge. And some have a little bit more negative charge, some have a little bit more positive, which is why I can't put my hand through my body, but I can put my hand through air. I could put my hand through smoke, but I can put it through like clouds, but both is necessary. Exactly, Jen. It's necessary for the energy to circulate. So you can circulate energy, things can circulate, everything can circulate. But if you believe, I believe that the power of the placebo works even stronger. So think about it this way. If you believe that crystals remove negative energy, that may work. If you believe it like to your core, the energy, okay, so emotions is energy in motion. Motion, energy in motion. So if your emotion is believing something, you are creating that energy. Not creating it, you're using that energy to have that belief. So that's going to happen. This is the placebo effect. If you don't know, there's a great book. Do I have it here with me? I was putting books away before, and it's Joe Dispenza's the placebo. No, what is it? Beyond. What the hell is the book? Something placebo. I don't know. Placebo. It's not the placebo effect. That's another book, but it's something like that. Anyways, Beyond the Placebo. And I forgot what it's called. Without the negative energy, this year I wouldn't be the person I am today. I love that. Intention. What if you believe is what can occur for you? Yes, but remember, I just poked myself in the eye. You are the placebo. Thank you. That's Joe Dispenza's book. Hold on, I'm going to turn off this. What was I saying? Both are necessary. And remember, I was going to say, if you were never sad, you wouldn't know what it is to feel happy. And if you were always happy, you wouldn't be grateful. If all you had was happiness all the time, that's all you felt, happy and peaceful, you wouldn't be grateful for all the good stuff anymore because you're just happy all the time. So then things would happen and you would be like neutral. You'd start being like, like you wouldn't have that like excitement, happiness, because you have to live the contrast to know what this is. So if you are somebody, thank you, come on. If you are sick, you know what health is. Trust me, ask any person that has been really sick. They are like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like when you have a cold or a flu, I don't know if some of you guys had that new flu going around, the one that knocks you, it's like worse than COVID. Like people are like in bed for weeks. their body's aching and they're like, ah, and they feel like they can't move, their skin hurts. When you get better, you're like, ah, like I can taste food, I can eat. Like you're so happy after you've had a flu because now you know what health is. But you wouldn't know health if you didn't get sick. So some people are like, oh, I got sick because it's meant to tell me like to rest. Yes, if you get sick, sometimes your body's like, you need to rest. So you get sick because maybe, but it's not wrong to get sick. Some people are like, oh no, you brought this on yourself, you got sick. No, without getting sick, you would not know the value. So sometimes when people, what I noticed is that people criticize sick people and they're like, oh, you know, you kind of created that. You brought that in your life. You know, you don't believe in health. So you just created your sickness. And you're like, dude, no, you got sick because it's the contrast of earth, just like the rain that happens in the world or the storms that we get. Without the storms, we wouldn't have such beautiful greenery around us. All the sun that brings it's. If it was sun all the time, we would be dehydrated and we'd be all shriveled up and like and like burnt and like it's too hot. We need the rain, we need the moon, we need the storms to enjoy those sunny days. You know, when a sunny day comes out, you're like, oh my God, it's so great, it's so sunny today. And that gratitude comes with that. What I teach on my page is to find the gratitude within you. And we don't accept the negative in us. We don't accept it. We accept the duality in the world. We accept that there's rain and people love the rain. If you can dance in the rain, why can't you accept your sadness and your anger? Why is it easy to accept the crappy weather, but it's not easy to accept the crappy emotions? I believe that depression and anxiety comes when you don't accept the crappy emotions. And the reason I'm saying that is because I've lived this. I've been depressed. It's because I shamed myself when I was sad. Negative and positive energy could be compared to the yin yang. That's exactly what it is. And when you look at the yin yang, if you look at the negative, okay, so the yin yang is the black and the white, right? But in the white, there's black. So in every positive, there's negative. And in every negative, there's positive. All the time. So it's about just finding the balance in your emotions. If you're sad, and then you get mad, or let's say you get angry. You're like, what the fuck? And you're angry, okay? You got angry. You had a human emotion, just like a baby. Okay? A baby, there's no negative babies. By the way, again, this is from my first live I ever started when I had 1,000 followers. I started this. I don't know if some of you guys were on that, but I always said there is no negative babies. You don't look at a baby that's really angry and sad and go, get away from me. You're negative. I'm going to take a crystal and I'm going to put it by this baby that's being negative because I don't want any negative energy around me. Okay, baby? Fuck that. Like, no. Imagine I have a nephew that's 2 years old. Imagine I took a crystal and I put it and I said, I'm going to leave the crystal around my negative baby. It's not right. You remember the no negative babies? I forgot about that. I'm putting that on. I forgot to put that as my merch. I'm putting that as a t-shirt. There is no negative babies. It doesn't accept. But yet, when we're older, like right now, we don't do that. We don't carry. Imagine I carry a crystal in my pocket when I'm around babies that are negative. No, their babies are just experiencing. They're just experiencing. They don't have depression. Babies don't have depression. Babies don't have anxiety. But then when we get older, we start criticizing. So imagine you're sick, right? Okay, you got sick. You got a cold. Okay? Or then you got worse. Maybe the cold turned into like a flu and now you're like in bed and you're not getting better. And then like, you know, life is happening around you and you can't move and you can't get your shit done and everything. And now you start getting mad at yourself. So how about just being sick? Just being sick. Now, some people, this is the one thing that I learned. If you are somebody that can't be sick, maybe when you were little, something happened like me, that people would get mad at me when I was sick. You know what I mean? And they didn't help me. So I wasn't productive. And my value is based on my productivity. My value is based on what I can do for people. But now I can't do anything because I'm sick. So I fucking suck. So now I'm sick, I suck, and I shouldn't be sick, and what am I doing to deserve it? And I fucking sue, and now I'm really sick. That's when depression happens. That's when anxiety happens, because you're not just sick. How about just be sick? Just be sick. And then when you start criticizing yourself and going, oh shit, I suck, I'm not doing it. No, I love myself. I'm okay. I'm sick. I'm just living the sickness. It's fucking painful, and you're like shivering, and you're like, fuck, I have a cold. I hate this. I hate it. But it's part of the world. It's part of duality, and I'm going to love myself through this sickness. I love myself through the sickness. And then do the same thing when you're angry. If you get angry, get angry. But if you hurt someone, let's say you get angry, you're allowed to be fucking angry. I'm angry often. Often, not all the time, but often. I get fucking pissed off and angry. Today, no joke, this is what happened before my life, okay? So I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde, but I was crying today for no fucking reason. And I was like, whoa, there's some subconscious shit that I need to deal with, because I was just crying. And my boyfriend's like, babe, are you okay? And we were watching all these great shows, and I was having a great day. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. And he's like, is it monthly? And I'm like, no, I don't understand. And I was just like, and then I started laughing, because I was like, this is so funny. Why am I crying? And then I started to judge myself. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be crying. And then I'm like, stop. And then he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I need a favor from you, babe. Just don't ask me why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm crying. It's emotions. If we're affected by the sun, like my skin can get burned by the sun, and the sun gives me vitamin D. I'm sure that Mercury retrograde does something. I don't know what it does, but there's some sort of shit that's happening. So I was like, whatever. Okay, I'm just going to cry. And then he's like, well, do you need a hug? I'm like, yeah. So he was just hugging me, and I was like, for no reason. Right before I went live, I was really irritated. And my ring light that I'm holding right now, right here, that's fell down. So I picked it up. I put it up with my phone on it. And then my ring light fell down again. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, way overreaction. It's a freaking ring light. But it fell down. I picked it up, and then it fell down. But when it fell, it kind of hit my leg, and I was like, ah! Like, I was super angry. And then as soon as it fell and I got angry, I was like, ah. And then I started laughing, because I was like, I'm angry. And now what? I'm angry. Just be angry. Here's the difference. If you're angry and you don't accept the anger, okay? Or if you're angry and you shame yourself, or you get mad at yourself that you're angry, that's when you get abusive. That's when you get mean to other people. When anger isn't healthy, it starts being aggressive to yourself. Now, I know people that are mean to themselves when they're angry, like mean. And I used to be, because I used to be verbally aggressive, and then I felt really bad. So I stopped being verbally aggressive to other people. And then I was verbally aggressive to myself. I was like, idiot, you're so stupid, I can't believe you're doing that, you're such a fucking idiot. And I'd shame myself, and I was angry. So either you project it out, that is unhealthy anger. So if you can learn to dance in the rain, you can learn and to love yourself when it's raining. Do you love yourself when it's raining? Do you feel different? No, you love yourself. Some people don't, actually. They're like, oh no, I have the blues, the rain blues. I'm like, why? Think about it. It's because you're shaming yourself. It's rainy. Why? Maybe you feel unproductive. Why are emotions, negative emotions, are not bad? Yeah, we have to master living in the present moment. So negative emotions are not bad. And if you think they're bad, it's because they're unbalanced. They're unbalanced. And you get too mad, too angry. And if you are somebody that doesn't believe that negative people should be around you, and the negative in the world, the negative in society, the negative in the government, the negative in politics, the negative in everybody, and you start secluding yourself because you can't deal with it, is because you can't deal with the negative in you. But the negative in you, you somehow think it's bad. But it's not bad. Just like a battery, you need it. You need the positive and negative for the energy to circulate. If you block the negative of a battery and you only use the positive, the battery's not going to work properly. Some kind of still do, but it's not going to work. Just like us, you can function. If you want to reject the negative in your life and yourself, and you're like, nope, I'm going to do everything to not live with negative people around me. I'm not going to do it. All you're doing is taking the negative within you, your negative thoughts, your negative emotions, and you're taking them and you're putting in your subconscious. You have conscious mind, subconscious mind. The conscious mind is what you're aware of. The subconscious mind is what you're not aware of. The subconscious, by the way, doesn't sleep. The subconscious is when when you're sleeping and you're dreaming, that's your subconscious. Everything that lives in the subconscious you're not aware of. Sometimes it pops in your nightmares and your dreams. But the conscious mind is what you're aware of. So if you take the negative and you're like, I'm not going to be negative. I don't want to be around negative people. I'm only going to be positive. And you take the negative and you push it to your subconscious. Now you can't see it anymore. Think of it like this. This is your conscious mind. You can see it. You see the negative. You're like, no, I'm taking it. I'm putting it here. It's still in you. It's still in you. And you're wondering why there's so many negative people in the world. So everything is so negative. It's because what you see in you is a reflection of what you feel about yourself. It is just in your subconscious and you're not aware of it. It is completely hidden. So when you learn to accept the negative and learn how to feel, not to feel bad, how to feel bad. How do I get angry? How do I feel sad? Not, I should not be angry. I shouldn't be sad. I shouldn't feel, no, there's no should. Again, there's no negative babies. You will never tell a baby that they're bad. Like imagine what we do to adults if we did that to babies. That's messed up. Imagine you tell your friend, you know what, you're being really negative right now. I can't deal with this type of energy. Like I have no time for this type of energy. And you leave. Imagine. Oh, love you, Wilo. Have fun. I'll talk to you soon. I'll message you. Imagine you have a baby that is crying and it's really like you fed it. You gave it milk, you changed a diaper, everything seems pretty good, and you look at this baby, and this baby's still crying. Imagine if you're like, I can't deal with your energy right now. So I'm going to leave, and I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to abandon you when you need me. And then we wonder why the whole society has problems with abandonment. We all have a fear of abandonment. We don't want to be abandoned when we're not perfect, when we're not great. When we're feeling angry and we're feeling sad, we're going to get abandoned. So what do? We take the negative and we push it down because people will abandon us if we're not perfect. That's so fucked up. But that's how we live right now. And this is why I do what I do on my page. I want to tell people that it's okay to feel. And a lot of people ask me, is it high vibration only, high vibes? I get that on my comments all the time. People are like, no, I only live in high vibes. It's because they're negative. They're low vibes. I'm like, everybody's low vibes. The earth vibes at 7.8 hertz. And I know everybody loves to walk. You know when you walk, maybe not walk, like if you sit in nature, you know when you're at the beach and you're sitting on or you're standing on this the white sand and you feel that the waves are coming. It's like a sunrise or a sunset. You know that vibe? Even if you've never been there, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen you feel it. The breeze, and you could hear the birds. I feel like that was more seals. But anyways, you're literally on low vibration. When you are standing on the sand, listening to the waves and in that moment grounded on the ground, and you feel your body and you're feeling the breeze on your face, your brain, the brain waves are theta brain waves when you're in that state. It's like imagination and you're just feeling. Theta brain waves are low vibrational frequency. Standing on earth in the sand is low vibrational frequency. Sadness is low vibrational frequency. Anger is low vibrational frequency. It is not bad. Sadness is not bad. The earth is not bad. The beautiful waves, the breeze on your face is not bad. Nothing is bad. The only reason is we're so scared to be depressed and anxious. We are so scared to go, because you guys know, huh? All of you guys know how it feels to feel bad. When you're sick, when you're crying, when you're angry, we all know that shitty feeling. We don't like it. We don't want it. We're like, fuck that. I don't want to feel angry. I hate it. It gives me headaches. You know when you cry and then your sinuses get all congested? I hate it. Or you get a headache because you're like crying and oh no, not the sinuses. It grows. Or you're angry and your blood pressure goes up. And then when you're angry, you get anxious and you get chest pain, or you get stomach ache because you're anxious because you know something's going to happen and bad. We don't like that. Nobody likes that feeling. Nobody likes that feeling. But it could be temporary, and it could be when it's filled with love, when the darkness is, there's light on the darkness. If you walk into a dark room and you light a little match, which is the yin yang I'm talking about, and you light up a match, the whole room's going to light up. Even one little match, like in the whole room lights up, and you can see wherever you walk around. So when you feel the darkness of your emotions, light up a match. And when I say light, I mean love. Imagine that love is like light. It's like a light. So when you're feeling sick, when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling sad, overwhelmed, anxious, whatever the feelings that you don't like, shame, guilt, criticism, give yourself love, which is the light. And you bring that light. It's like lighting a little match into your emotions. So imagine, instead of sitting there and being angry and you did something wrong, or you said something, or some shit just went down, and you sit there and you say, I love myself. It's okay. We're going to be okay. We're here together. We're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. This is, I don't like this feeling. You can say that. I don't like this feeling. I don't like feeling like this. I don't like it. But I'm still okay. I'm here with me. I'm loving myself. I'm going to do it. I value myself. I am worthy. If you do all this stuff and you work on that, I guarantee you won't feel depressed. You won't feel anxious. You'll get depressed. Sometimes you can get little bursts of it. You can get these like feelings. But remember, sadness is to feel the contrast. The reason you get sad is so you know what happiness is. The reason you get sick is so you know what health is. We live in a contrast. And this is why I know a lot of you guys don't like 111, huh? A lot of you guys don't like to hear this. And the only reason I don't, some people are like, Dolores Cannon. I completely disagree with her teachings. I think her message is beautiful, but her teachings is all about high vibration. When I'm telling you, I would love to, that's creepy. I was going to say, I'd love to put a camera in her house just to watch how she is for real, but that's super creepy. I love to camera and watch her. Like I said, like creepo. Just to say that I guarantee that you ask anybody in Dolores Cannon's surroundings, guarantee she gets angry. She gets mad. She gets sick. She gets sick. For sure. She gets a cold. Unless she lives in a box by herself. And she's like, no, we're not meant to be sick. The human body's not meant to be sick. Yes, it does. Yes. We're all meant to get sick. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I know. I was just saying. You guys are, I don't mean to laugh. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It's just the way you guys are writing it. I'm like reading it in a different way in my head. It's hard because I just read your comments. I'm answering comments that I'm reading. So it's like, she died. She's dead. I know, guys. I know. But somebody said she's deceased. Like I that was a little bit, but it was like really late, guys. Tanya. I'm like, I know. That's why we have an immune system to fight. We're little mini Supermen. Like we can heal. Look, the tattoos, you're getting like, we heal. Our body just heals itself. But would you rather heal getting angry at yourself and saying I shouldn't be sick? Or would you rather just, That's why I don't believe that we create our diseases, and I don't believe that. I know a lot of people say that. We do not create our diseases. this is a belief I have, because if you tell me we create our diseases, why are babies born with cancer? Like, come on, man. There's some newborn babies. I know a newborn baby that is in somebody's stomach that is born and has kidney failure. And the mother meditates. The mother is meditating and doing everything possible. And this baby has kidney failure in the belly. They can tell. And you have a meditating, like, all like nice, like this person. Oh no, it's the mother's fault. So let's blame someone. It's either the mother's fault or it's the baby's fault. Really? We're going to blame people? Like, hey, let's shame you. I believe this high vibration stuff is the reason it went so viral, is because the powers that may be want us to believe that. They're like, hey, how can we divide? How can we divide people? We're going to divide with race, with gender. We're going to divide with country. What country are you from? Aha, we're from this country. We're better than your country. No, our country. Okay, so we're going to divide countries. We're going to divide genders. We're going to divide this. But how do we divide the spiritual community? Because the spiritual community, they meditate. They know stuff, right? They know, they go internally. But how can we make them fucked up? How can we divide them? Oh my God, let's tell them that only positive vibes. Only positive. Like, reject the negative. It's not good. Don't, or live the negative, but then push it away. Like, no negative vibe, only positive people, high vibration. Yes. So then somebody comes out and goes, if you want to reach enlightenment, you must raise your frequency. And why do you think they got so famous? All the people who say that, why do you think they are so famous? And they got so in the public eye? Because it's division. It's dividing yourself. You're literally like, how can we divide somebody in their core issue? Okay, so you are like, it's sad. And I realized you know why I'm telling you guys this? It's because that's how I started. In 2000, when did it come out? 2009, 2008 or 2009, I read the book The Secret. Could have been 2007, whatever. And around that time, when the book The Secret came out, the DVD, remember DVD, guys? I stuck in my DVD and I put in The Secret and I watched The Secret. And I was like, oh, law of attraction? Like attracts like. Like attracts like. Positive attracts positive. Okay, I'm going to be positive. I read positive. I was reading the book of positive. I was like, positive. I was so fucking depressed. Like, yeah, I was all like, great. I was so depressed, guys, because I had kidney failure. And I was always positive. I was like positive to everybody. I was really nice to everyone and I was positive. And every time I had a negative emotion, I was like, nope. I moved beyond it. I raised my frequency. I was meditating. And then all of a sudden, I go into the doctor and the doctor is like, you're going to die. I'm like, what? They're like, you need an emergency surgery. You're going to die. And I'm like, what? But I'm raising my frequency. And I realized then and there that it was bullshit. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on here. And then I found the book, The Shadow Effect, or The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. And the light chasers, and people are like reaching for the light. Do you know that was my name on Facebook? Reaching for the light. That was my page that I had like 10, 15 years ago. Okay.